Hello there.
General Kenobi.
I'm joined today by Russ Beedman, as I'm sure many of you know, as a UK MMA fighter, or the kid in Star Wars Episode 3 who goes, Master Skywalker, there's too many of them, what are we going to do?
And I appreciate the moniker of a fighter. That's an honor. One charity boxing match, you're already a fighter.
Now, Ross, I don't think you understand. This is a casual-free zone, and frankly, I don't think I want anyone watching this without a detailed knowledge of the UK regional charity MMA scene.
Absolutely. But no, yeah. And hopefully I'm aiming not to get killed, unlike I was in Star Wars. I'm aiming to do the killing this time.
Now, speaking of charity fighting, you actually have a match coming up on November 18th for Ultra MMA to raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, Ross, are you really doing this to make it up to all those younglings that died before they got their opportunity to meet John Cena?
Yeah, pretty hard to see John Cena when the younglings who were killed were in the afterlife. I guess it would. I know quite a few people from the UK 501st Garrison. They dress up in all the Star Wars outfits, and they do a lot of work with Make-A-Wish UK, so I thought it was a natural choice.
Now, this isn't your first charity match. Previously fighting for Cancer Research UK, and from that research, did we find if it was possible to beat cancer with a third-round TKO?
I wish it was that simple, but I think unfortunately with cancer, it depends on what it is, but it can take many rounds.
So more of a 5 or 6 round TKO?
Of chemotherapy instead, unfortunately.
Well, then what disease can you beat with a knockout, Ross? Leprosy?
Anything surface level, I think you could. Potentially a common cold could be knocked out with a knockout. I don't know why our NHS doesn't prescribe that. Doctors should be trained in some sort of martial art.
Now, Ross, you relatively recently reunited with Hayden Christensen, the actor who played the character that brutally murdered you in Star Wars. Meeting him again, you think you could take him, right? You could take him.
Yes. I don't know what his training is like. I've heard he's got a slight athletic background. He might have some experience in Kambo, which is stick fighting or a sword fighting base. Helped him choreograph all the lightsaber scenes and the lightsaber fights, about 70% likely.
Now, in your historic scene, in the moment where Anakin Skywalker starts up his lightsaber, you do this, may I say, very impressive, genuine, startled jump, which I think is probably one of the best acted moments in the entire prequels. Now, did that come from pure acting talent, or did George Lucas threaten to throw a Model X-Wing at you?
It was Hayden's impromptu directing from himself, because when he would draw the lightsaber out, I would just look at it and I wouldn't give any further reaction aside from that. And he, on the fourth take, just shouted boo, and that made me move back naturally. So I got to credit Hayden with that.
Now, Ross, I'm going to list a few Star Wars characters and you just name the first UFC fighters that come to mind. Sound good?
Okay.
Fantastic. Luke Skywalker.
Wonder Boy Thompson.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Jan Blazkowicz.
Jar Jar Binks.
Kevin Holland.
And lastly, Mace Windu.
That's a difficult one. I might have to go for Jon Jones, just because in the lore of Star Wars, Mace Windu uses the dark side of the Force and directs it towards the light. And I can't speak on Jon Jones's complete morality for sure, as I don't know the guy, but I have a feeling there's some darkness in there and some light.
Fair enough, but I think we can see another shared commonality between them.
And they're both black, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say it was because they're both bald, but yeah, that works.
And that.
Now, Ross, I've got to say, being in a charity MMA match sounds pretty nifty if I say so myself. How would someone like me get into something like this, and is being in a Star Wars film a prerequisite?
Yeah, absolutely. All you have to do is sign up to Ultra White Collar Boxing or Ultra White Collar MMA if you're based in the UK. I can't speak for other countries. Don't need any training experience whatsoever, but if you do have some, that's okay as well, and you get 8 weeks free training, and you're eventually matched up with someone at similar size and skill level to you, and you get to choose what charity you raise money for. It's a pretty sweet situation, and no Force experience required at all.
Now, Ross, I'm going to list some UFC fighters, and you just tell me if they're an original trilogy, a prequel trilogy, or a sequel trilogy quality fighter.
Original, prequel, or sequel? Yeah, absolutely.
First one off the bat, Alex Volkanovski.
Original.
Michael Chandler.
Prequel.
Leon Edwards.
Prequel.
And of course, the GOAT, CM Punk.
I've got some respect. I've got some respect for him, but I gotta go with the sequel. I can't talk shit on CM Punk. I'm like an extra from a prequel films.
Now, Ross, as we wrap things up, is there any way people watching can help support you going into this fight?
Yeah, so it'll be available on the Ultra MMA YouTube channel. I will post it to my own as well, regardless if it's a win or a loss. Subscribe there and check it out.
Fantastic, and all those links will be down in the description below. And with that, I would like to wish you luck with the famous parting phrase from Star Wars, "This is pod racing."
This is indeed pod racing.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.